Well, we're in the emerging Emirates of Ras Al Khaimah for the Arabian Hotel Investment Conference. I moved from Dubai, and it's great to be here in Ras Al Khaimah. So, Haitham, how did this all come about?
Well, Phil, as I mentioned before, we had a discussion with Jonathan and John and Jennifer about potentially giving us an opportunity, to bring AHIC to Ras Al Khaimah. And I think, as I mentioned before, there were these concerns because they haven't been here and they haven't seen what we have to offer here. So we actually offered them a visit. They came out here and had a nice tour of the Waldorf Astoria, a nice tour of our beaches. And the other concern they had is that we, at the time, didn't have the convention space. So we've basically asked them, how would you like to design your own space? And I think that was a no-brainer.
A rare opportunity for an event organizer to start from a whiteboard, I suppose.
Absolutely. That was really the big tick in the box for them. And now here we are in this beautiful facility right on the beach of Ras Al Khaimah. It is just outrageous. It's beautiful.
And going by the numbers of people, delegates, attendees here in Ras Al Khaimah, I think you've broken the records of Dubai.
We have broken the record fortunately for us. Over 900 people registered for AHIC this year. In Dubai last year was 750. So we're really proud to have broken that record.
We're talking on middle of the second day, Wednesday. So up to now, what sort of questions have potential investors been putting to you about opportunities here in Ras Al Khaimah?
So look, potential investors here are really keen to look at performance. And I think we've been able to demonstrate our performance. And any investor is looking at a hotel performance anywhere north of 70. We're right now sitting at 79% occupancy year on year. That's a long way from 64% only 3 or 4 years ago. So that's a good jump in occupancy growth, but also we have a healthy average daily rate and a very healthy RevPAR. We are the second in the UAE, just after Dubai, with a fantastic growth and great performance. But also the fact that the price of land in the UAE for potential properties that are beachfront is really attractive. The government is also providing great facilities in terms of flexible payment terms and also potential joint venture opportunities with the right partners, of course. And now we're not only seeing great interest from investors, but also the hotel operators, are all putting their names down on the list, wanting to be part of this journey.
In terms of occupancy, I think you got up to about 87% earlier on in the year. You've got 5,000 rooms at the moment, which needs to expand quite rapidly going by future projections.
We have 79% year on year, but we had a fantastic record month in March at 87% occupancy. This has really hit it out of the park, Phil, and I think this is also going to be this is testament to all the hard work that we've done last year to have a great spillover in tourist numbers. We've seen a 19% growth in tourist numbers last year, but the first quarter of the year we're already at 12%.
Looking at source markets, I mentioned briefly that I was in Poland last week. There's a lot of talk in Poland about Ras Al Khaimah. The Poles like it, you like the Poles. So which are the other key source markets which are growing?
Czech Republic is growing also at a fantastic pace, but also we've seen growth from India, Germany, the UK, Russia. Ever since the visa on arrival, we've seen a 60% growth out of Russia. The UK is still growing very healthy at over 20%. And also new markets that we've entered, like the Scandinavian countries and the Nordic countries, have shown promising growth as well.
Now, what's been the impact of what might be at the moment your key attraction for a lot of visitors, the zip line?
Well, so look, we've worked hard on positioning Ras Al Khaimah as the future hub of nature-based activities and adventure. So the fact that we've built the zip line was on the back end of launching that Via Ferrata, which had 3 phases of climbing grounds and 3 zip lines, and that demand has really encouraged us to build more zip lines. And we then went into launching the longest zip line in the world, breaking the Guinness record, and also putting us into the world or global headlines.
We've spoken before about the use of sport to promote Ras Al Khaimah. Good news, recent news regarding the European Challenge Golf Tournament and a change with that. So tell us what's been announced.
Again, another very exciting news, the fact that we have moved the European Tour final, the grand final, back to the UAE, because if you recall, it was in the UAE some years back and it moved to Oman. And this year, Ras Al Khaimah has managed to move it back to the UAE, and it will be held on the Al Hamra golf course. So the grand final is here in October this year. But also the Ras Al Khaimah half marathon has now been transferred to the management of Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority, so we will be managing that. And of course, we will not, as I mentioned to the organizers, we will not be farming this event. We will have to grow it. So we're looking at growing participation, we're looking at including new routes, and we're looking at enhancing this event tremendously.
Now, Haitham, alongside the Arabian Hotel Investment Conference on the Thursday night, it's going to be a glittering occasion for the hospitality and tourism industry with the World Travel Awards. So what does it mean to Ras Al Khaimah to hold this regional event?
This is a really important event for us that really it brings in investors, right, and gives them the opportunity to see opportunities right here on the ground, puts the operators and the investors in a common room, on a common ground, and for them to see investment opportunities, in the rest of the Emirates, as the rest of the Emirates as well, like Ras Al Khaimah, have great opportunities to offer, but also it really contributes well to the economic engine of Ras Al Khaimah.
And going back to the World Travel Awards taking place here in Ras Al Khaimah as well, a great occasion for those who do so much hard work in the industry. How do you see the awards?
So, with Graham Cook, tomorrow night we're excited to have again this event, prestigious event, held here in Ras Al Khaimah for the first time, and may the best win.
Haitham, always a pleasure talking to you
My
here
pleasure.
in the emerging
Thank you.
Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah.